I'm Thomas Glinski and I'm 24 years old. I go to the Technical University of Denmark and I play the Protoss race in StarCraft 2, and on Sunday I'm going to play against Patrick Briggs, also known as Bunny, in the Danish Championship in StarCraft 2.
My name is Patrick Briggs and I'm playing against Thomas Cupcake in the finals of the Danish Championship in StarCraft 2. I'm 19 years old and I've just took a break from school to play full time. I try to practice as much as possible whenever I have time. It's probably like 8 hours a day or something. Like I've always been playing games for as long as I can remember. Ever since I was like 6 years old or something. I was playing computer games with my dad and the kids at school. So I've always been like the nerdy type. So I wasn't the guy who had was friends with everyone in the class. I rather have a few close friends, and I think gaming was a really good way for me to meet a lot of people who are interested in the same things as me. I was really proud that I played this game. I thought it was awesome, so I just wanted to share it with everyone. When we had a free subject in school presentations, I would say something about StarCraft. So as long as you present it in a good way, people respected me for it, and they still took me for who I am. So I wasn't ever bullied or anything. People just knew that I was like the StarCraft guy. It's very hard to have a girlfriend and play a lot or just go to parties, stuff like that. But I never really enjoyed that kind of lifestyle, like going to parties and getting drunk, stuff like that. That was never really something I enjoyed, so I don't feel like I've really had to give anything up. If there was one thing that I would regret, it's not working as hard in school because I played too many games.
The game StarCraft is a real-time strategy game with a player who needs to control a lot of units, build up an army and then invade his opponent. It's a one-player game where one player plays against another opponent, and the winner is the one who can defeat the other army.
Yeah, I'm definitely a gamer. I've been playing games since I was 3 years old, and around 7 to 8 years ago I started playing a little bit more competitively, and I've just been playing ever since then. When I went to high school was when I really got good at playing Warcraft 3, and at that time, I mean, I had to sacrifice perhaps staying with friends sometimes because I didn't have enough time really. If I went out drinking every Friday night, then the Saturday was already fucked up, and then there would not be enough time to actually practice enough. So I kind of cut down that a little bit. But overall, I mean, I don't regret it at all. I think it was really worth it. I was like right beneath the biggest tournament wins and so on. And if you actually practice that much more, then I think you might be able to take these big wins sometimes, because even one tournament win is sometimes like $100,000. So you don't really need like that many wins to actually earn a lot. This is from my first Danish tournament win, in Warcraft 3. This is kind of when I started being the best Danish player. This is the first tournament I really won in Denmark. But this is what people would see as like the European Olympics, kind of. I think this was 2010 in Warcraft 3. Then this one is from what people would say is the World Championships, kind of, in 2010 as well, I think, which was won in Korea. Actually beat some of the really good Asian players to get it. So even though there was actually not really any prize money or something like that for this one, but I'm proud of it because of the prestige. Right now, I actually don't practice that much. I would say 1 to 2 hours per day right now. I think gaming is pretty important, like the whole gaming community in Denmark and stuff like that. But I probably don't see me playing like professionally in the future, because I've already kind of had my share of that earlier. Well, mainly it's because I don't have the time. I think I don't want to spend 6 to 7 hours per day playing professionally anymore. It was a great interest of mine in the past. It's still a great interest, but it's not like what I want to do with my life. It's not like my long life dream or something like that. It's more like a hobby now, and I rather want to spend the time with university, with my girlfriend and so on, and keep it as a hobby.
but I game more than he do. So maybe the downside for me is that I game more and he cannot get any sleep. So
I think I got the right girlfriend for a gamer, certainly, because she loves to play as well, just like me, and it's not really usual for girls to love playing. So it's really nice.
We met each other at my work. I was working at a land center, and he was like coming very often, and then he started asking me when I was gonna work so he could come even more. And I met Dream Bunny in Sweden or in Denmark because we was gonna have this big Nordic event from Blizzard, and it was really fun to have an event like that. I was taking care of them. I felt like I was being like their moms.
I think it's pretty important for me personally, and he is someone who studies and doesn't practice as much as I do, so if I lose to him, it would be pretty humiliating.
I think this one is just another competition.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling confident. And yeah, I feel he's definitely someone I can beat.
I think I'm a little bit of an underdog, but I think I have an okay chance. I think I will always be playing games, probably, but I think if I don't start playing more, then I cannot be like a top player in a game. So I will probably maybe play a bit more casual or try to help like the Danish esport organization instead of trying to be like the best always, because it's not possible if you don't practice a lot. So.
I really want to become professional because, like, also when I was studying, I was watching a lot of professional StarCraft tournaments and looking up to these guys and wanting to be at their level. So it's definitely something I've always wanted to do. Sometimes, like, if you win something really big, you feel like a real pro gamer, I would say. And I think it's like the same feeling that any athlete gets when winning in any sport.
The Danish esports society is kind of trying to say, well, it is actually a physical sport in some sense. I mean, chess is a sport, darts is a sport, and so on. And I mean, in that sense, certainly it is a sport.
Esport is a sport because you have the same kind of aspects as you do in traditional sports. You got microphysics where you move your hands, your fingers control what you need to do. I mean, there's a difference between if you can make 300 strokes per minute or if you can do 500 strokes. There's the skills to do a headshot in Counter-Strike. Those need to be controlled and mastered. I mean, you can't have somebody else do it. It's not like chess. You can't tell somebody to do a headshot. You need to master the perfections of esport.
I guess the reason why people from esport are so obsessed with it is that like they want to be taken more seriously by people who are not into esports and don't really know what it's about. Like, it's so different because with all the normal sports it always involves a lot of physical activity, but gaming is just something else. You play a game and mostly it's just for fun, it's not for your health.
I think esport in Denmark is going to grow really fast, continued. I think we're going to see a lot of more associations grow. We're going to have local clubs, we're going to have people come and meet socially. So I think it's going to be organized like the traditional sports. So if a TV station comes in and grabs esport and say, hey, we're going to do every night between 8 and 10 live esport coverage, then of course there's going to be potentially a lot of sponsor money in it.
I think a Danish player could probably make like, I don't know, like $200,000 per year or something if he went like really good. Like a really decent salary for any country. But I think it's kind of a short-term plan, to be honest, because I think once you reach a certain age limit, it becomes pretty hard to be a professional gamer because you get a little bit too slow, perhaps. Because I'm sitting very different from when I sit at home, so it's like I can't control as well. So I need to kind of figure out how to set it up or set all of it up. Vi starter bare med det samme? Vi starter bare med det samme. I don't really get nervous in the same way. You get some adrenaline when you're just about to play because you really want to win. But it's not like I'm sleepless at night thinking about what am I going to do and stuff like that. Well, I think that probably could be my advantage over Patrick, who's not really tried it as many times. But on the other hand, he uses a lot more time on the game, so he's got an advantage there. So. Well, while I'm playing the game, for the most part, I'm just like really focused. And of course, if something goes bad, then I'm a little bit frustrated.
Like, I get really nervous before big games. A few minutes into the game, I'm not thinking about anything about the game.
Well, the first game, there was like one minute basically which decided the game, where he killed my observer, so I had no vision of his army. So I think if I could win the next game, then there would still be an okay chance.
Like previously when we played, I used to always attack at the front, but this time I decided I would just kill the observers and drop on the back.
Second game I scouted that Patrick went for a different opening. Once he won a fight and I had scouted that he had already a 5th base and I had only taken 4 myself and 2 of them were mined out and stuff, then I thought, well, that's it, certainly. Well, I mean, it's kind of disappointing to lose 3-0, of course, but I hope to at least win a game or 2.
I feel really good. I'm really satisfied with how I played. Yeah, I think I played better than I usually did. Like, my macro was really on point.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep playing a little bit and attending Danish tournaments and so on. But other than that, focus on studies, as I have done for quite a while now, actually. So, I'm under education to become a civil engineer, which I will be in February. And then hopefully I will either take some work or study on, take a PhD degree or something like that.
I just play a lot. Like, I have been playing a lot the last month. I'm hoping to become the best in Denmark, and I want to be known like internationally and try to compete in some of those tournaments because I haven't participated in that many of them yet. Just been trying to like practice and improve.
It's the competition, but also like the social thing, I think. You get to play with them and show your own skills, and you get lots of new friends all over the world and explore countries and stuff like that. I think that's really one of the best things.
I see them as friends and not as like pro gamers. They're just like regular men having fun together.